Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mix It Up podcast. I am Mike. Nick's not with us tonight. Maybe he'll pop on later. I don't know. We'll see what's going on. Guys, I'll just get right into it. Some topics to discuss. I don't know if you guys heard about this because they just kind of put it out there real quick in the social media world, and then it's like gone. This company called Blackstone. It's an investment firm. All right. They just bought Ancestry.com for $4.7 billion. And you know what that does? That gives them ownership of all DNA from every person who has ever used Ancestry.com. Now you're like, Mike, like, who gives a shit? Well, I'll tell you, I do. And you should too. Because why first of all, why does your DNA cost 4.7 billion? If I knew that, I'd be donating my DNA everywhere, every possible place I can. Because they pretty much got your DNA anyway, really. They just follow you. Like if they really want you, they'll just follow you to fucking Starbucks, wait for you to sip that cup, and just fucking steal the cup when you leave it in your car. Or if you drink a bunch of water bottles like I do and just fucking chuck it in the backseat of my car, they got my DNA already. So it is kind of concerning that an investment firm would pay that kind of cash. So are they just gonna fucking clone us? Is that what it is? Are they gonna make different kinds of version of us? It's probably what it is. They're probably gonna make a version of you and then do like a giveaway. They're gonna give you it, as a treat. Like here, like we created you another version of you, do whatever the fuck you want with it. And then that dude just shows up in a box. You open the box from like Amazon and you pull you yourself out of the box, and then you probably program it or something, you know. And it's probably cool because they probably don't need to clone like really a lot of stuff. Like I would leave out shit like the digestive tract, you know what I mean? So that your clone doesn't have to poop, you know. But even just like all the insides, see, basically, like what do your clone don't need to do all that. It's like a waste of resources. If your clone don't need to eat to survive, you know what I mean? So just don't have your clone, given that part. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But you get your clone, you program it, and then you see what it does, Like maybe this would be like the easy way of living. Maybe I think people worry about like the apocalypse with the robots. What about this version? Your version comes to your house, and right, you program them, have them do everything. You send that mofo to work every day, 9 to 5. You have him go, like, go do my job, come back, boom. It's like I worked, and he does everything you program to. So everything you're gonna do anyway, you have him go out, drive, get a cup of coffee at your favorite Starbucks, bring it home to you, go back out, go to work. You have him do all sorts of chores, have him take your girlfriend to dinner. Just kidding. Have him do all the stupid shit you want to do while you just stay home and play Nintendo. I mean, was ain't that a better outlook? Or am I just living in a fantasy land where it's just like I'm just wishful thinking? Because that would be amazing. You could just pay for your fucking dumb robot to do whatever the fuck you work, bring home the bacon, and you're just chilling. You're living off your clone. But it would be a shock to the system if your clone breaks down like on a Wednesday and then you got to go to work. you know, I wonder if people would tell. Maybe people would tell. Yeah, because it's like why hasn't Mike taken a shit in 2 months? But yeah, that's listen, Blackstone. Yeah, they got it. They got all your DNA, and that's I don't know. We'll see what they do with it. But I've never done those ancestry, you know, Forever 21 or whatever the hell the number is. Um, I've never done any of those things. Ancestry 23 or some shit like me and you 23. I don't know. It's not coming to mind. Forever 21. I don't know. Is that a store? But whatever, any of those things, I never did, but I wanted to. I said on the podcast, but why? Just so they could tell me like you know, quarter Chinese that I could be extremely happy about. I don't know. I don't know. What are they? What does it matter? You know. Besides, I heard like they sent out like emails and alerts, like if you're all of a sudden you might have a cousin like close to you that signed up, and you get that alert like, hey, you're related, and then you could like reach out to them. You know, that'd be pretty wild. Reaching out to like one of your family members that you don't even know you had. It's kind of cool in a way, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, I don't want to go. The hell. But there's definitely a bunch of us. I know there's a bunch of us. Because I walk around sometimes and I see a motherfucker that looks like me. I'm like, somewhere along the line, we're related somehow. You know, we all seen those people that look like us. But anyway, that's what's going on. So careful. That's all I gotta say is be careful out there because it's coming. AI is coming. Everything's coming at lightning speed now. We've been doing this podcast. I did the giant podcast last night, the BBONYG podcast, and we do the AI companion on this, and it gives us a whole rundown of what we talked about, what our goals was, what we expect to do, and it puts it in beautiful words that I wouldn't even think of writing. It just breaks it down so perfectly and eloquently. I mean, sure, it has its dumb mistakes, AI, because AI is not, you know, it's not totally accurate. They might misspell a name or some shit or call you a different name, but we get the gist of it, which is just really amazing. And, with AI coming, everything coming, just like, I don't know, go buy some fruit, vegetables, cans, water, supply up. Be careful out there. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Just kidding. Just kidding. All right. In a way, I am kind of a conspiracy theorist. The whole Pfizer thing, COVID's going around now. Again, people have been sick. I know people that's been sick. I think this one is that's going around is just making people crazy in the membrane, insane in the brain. So I've seen a lot of people just be freaking out like the past few weeks and getting like really, really agitated about minor things. I see it. I see it out there. Like, and my thing would be like either it's COVID, either it's the vaccine you got. I think it's making little people like stressed out, more dramatic than usual, more negative than usual, more like mean. You know what I mean? Um, I see that. I wish I had a shot that make it more funny, but I don't have that. So I have this. So Pfizer, the conspiracy theory I am, if you spell Pfizer back, Pfizer, the manufacturer of this fucking horrible death shot. If you spell that backwards, it's called Rezif, and that is Hebrew origins. It means burner, god of the plague and of the underworld. So, I mean, that's pretty fucking crazy. I mean, god of the plague, do you name it after that? Like, why would you do that? These weird names, it makes you think about all these kinds of names with these pharmaceutical companies. Like, where do they get these names from? Because they all sound silly, but maybe it's just a joke they're playing on us. It's just messed up. I just don't want to go back to wearing the fucking mask again that didn't do anything. But even if another like pandemic or whatever you want to call it comes around, and then we gotta if they may have this mask mandate again, dude, I'm not doing it. I'm fucking not doing it because it was just stupid the first time, and then now I'm getting shit from. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but speaking of masks, people are still wearing the mask, and to this day, and a lot of the people wearing the mask are these fucking criminals. Now, New York is so ironic. New York now is trying to ban masks on the subway due to crime. That's what Eric Adams, the mayor of New York City, just came out and said not too long ago. I don't know. I think it was pretty recent. But it's just ironic, huh? Now they're telling you they want to ban masks. It's just the games that they played with us was just it was just crazy. It really was. It sucks that I got scared. I fell for it in the beginning, but man, now it's just like COVID's going around again, and people are getting sick. Like I was sick like a couple weeks ago. I never get sick in the summertime, so I know something's definitely up. It's definitely that COVID shit going around, whatever kind of version they want to call it, whatever nickname they want to call it. But it is what it is. We just got to deal with it. We're going to catch a cold, and it's a new kind of lab created cold that does different things to your body. So I tell you, having COVID, the cold, whatever sickness I got from the past like few years, because I get sick maybe, now I used to get sick like maybe once a year, if that. But now I get it a couple times since the whole COVID shit. Like, and I think like my body is like it definitely responded to it like in a different way where like there's different like aches in my body. The way I get sick, it's different. My head, my ears, there's a lot of congestion and shit. I never really had that before. Or I did have it like a little bit like allergy, like when I was a kid. And it just seems like COVID just enhanced. It was like an enhancer, like it enhanced anything you had going on, in your body. It made it like I think it just made it worse. I think that was like that had to be in COVID somehow. It was like an enhancer. It just made your symptoms worse, whatever you had, like your colds, your viruses. Because it seems like I got more like sicker than prior to 2020, where it was just like in and out of my system. So I don't know. That's just me. That's how I feel. But I didn't get that fucking death jab. No way. And we're gonna stick me with that shit. But anyway, moving on. I guess we'll talk about the Olympics and that crazy shit. Did you guys see this? I'm sure everybody's seen it now. The opening ceremonies of the Olympics. I know they mock Jesus. We all seen it, right? We all seen it. They had the Last Supper picture, and they had all these freaks on there, all these fucking weirdos that little kids shouldn't see. It shouldn't be on TV. It was like there was the leader was this fat Jew lesbo that was in the middle. She portrayed Jesus Christ. Um, I mean, I guess she checked all the fucking boxes with that one, huh? Ain't that convenient? Then this fucking blue fucking thing, blue fucking Smurf, fucking some dude fucking had his whole body painted like one of those fucking little things, avatar fucking things, whatever the fuck it was. Had that dude, he was in like a diaper and had some other freaks lined up. And the other fucking freak had like assless chaps, whatever it is, chaps. He had assless chaps on, and of course, one of his fucking beans of Franken beans. One of his beans was just fucking hanging out his fucking pocket. It was just there. It was just there on fucking TV. These motherfuckers they light the torch, they have the torch in their hands, and this motherfucker's nut is hanging out. Like, come on, man. What are we doing here? Why? I mean, why is this happening? You know? I mean, if you look in Olympics years past, you had like people all dressed up in their tracksuit, running with the torch to light it on fire. And now you have fucking like some perverted version of all the letters in the fucking alphabet of Pee Wee's fucking Playhouse type fucking shit. It was crazy. What was that blue guy? What was he called? What's his fucking pronoun? He ain't fucking banging a girl, that's for sure. That Smurf looking motherfucker. So he was all fucked up. I mean, they're all fucked. It was a whole line, a whole table of just mental illness. You could go down the line, like, all right, something wrong with you, something wrong with you, something wrong with you. Uh, Fat Lesbo Joe, you're cool. Something wrong with you, something wrong with you, something wrong with all of them were just like, it was just messed up, man. Like, why are you mocking a religion? Like, you know what I mean? All religions, they're silly to me. I've said it before. Like, listen, I get it. It's people's things. They want to believe in stuff, but I don't know. Like, we were all like, sapiens millions of years ago. We grew up, and once we started getting an imagination for big parts of population or your tribes or whatever, in order for you to cooperate with people, you had to believe in one common thing. So then that's how gods and stuff started forming and different religions and so forth. So it's really just what people, it's people, everything's really just in our imagination if you really think about it. Our thoughts, you know, everything in our head going on, our beliefs, it's all just we all just imagine this. We're probably really in the matrix, but I don't know. I don't know where I was going with this. I just totally lost myself. But I didn't forget about that fucking fat lesbo disrespecting Jesus. I would never go. All right, this is what I was getting back to. I would never mess with like screw with somebody's religion. Can you imagine these people doing that to the Muslims? Can you imagine like all the terrorist motherfuckers that would go after them for disrespecting them? But the Christians, I get it. They're peaceful people. They're like, hey, we're not gonna, stoop down to your level, which is cool, which is cool. But in these days, I think you got to stick up, for that kind of shit. Like, I'm not just saying stick up for like Christianity, like, you know what I mean, just because you believe it. I'm not saying that. I'm saying stick up for not being an asshole or a douchebag to like, you know, people's, all the billions of people that follow that religion or whatever. It's just crazy. Just don't do it. It was very disrespectful. Like, I grew up, obviously Jesus was a real person. He walked the planet. Gandhi, he walked the planet. So there's a lot of like, people like that just they were here. So that's true. But it's just crazy. Like, they're attacking him. It's just crazy. Like, I don't know. The God I believe in, because I'm a spiritual person. I believe in God, whatever. I don't believe in all the hoopla that a lot of other religions, believe in. Whatever you believe in, like, who gives a crap? At the end of the day, nobody really cares. Sure, it's silly. A lot of it's made up, and we imagine everything that we got to do to get to the heaven, whatever you want to call it. It's all just be kind. That's it. Just be a good person. Be kind, and then you go wherever you want to go. But anyway, getting back to those Olympics, we reached a crazy point. So we had a boxing match going on in the Olympics, and we had in the women's match, we had a man fight a woman in the Olympics for a medal. Um, you're putting that out there for the whole world to see that a man could just go and just beat the shit out of a woman as long as he puts boxing gloves on. That's what you're saying. You were telling every crazy dude, hey, in the Olympics, a guy can fight, a guy can punch a girl right in the face. Can't do nothing about it. All you put these gloves on, these Everlast gloves, bang, shit. That's what we're saying. These maniacs will really believe that. You know, there's somebody that sounds like that will truly believe that he could go punch a woman now because of all this crazy nonsense of what's going on in the world. I'm sorry, ladies. They're really screwing you. They are just going after you. It's like no respect for you guys. And it's a lot of women that are siding with these maniacs. They're not protecting you at all. These whole like sports and playing women's sports as a dude, you could kill somebody. You could kill a woman playing hockey or boxing, of course. You're allowing dudes to go into public women's restroom because they identify as a woman. You're putting women at risk of getting assaulted by these dudes. It's sick. It's gotta end. You know what I heard? Like on these dating apps, these dudes, which actually it's now that I think about it, it's kind of a fucking brilliant idea. These guys are going on dating sites, right? On lesbo dating sites, right? For a girl meets girl. They're going on there, putting their picture up and saying they identify as women just so they can hook up with a lesbo. It's I mean, it's kind of brilliant, you know, man. Like whoever thought of that, man. Geez, God bless you. But you show up. Like, what do you do? Like, what do you? So you identify yourself, and you have to trick them. Like, what do you do? What do you put on like lipstick or some shit and just show up there? Like, listen, if that's the price you got to pay, if that's the price you got to pay to get a lesbo, throw some lipstick on. You know what I mean? Stop off at Bloomingdale's, pick out your favorite shade. Oh, that's fucking horrible, man. These people are doing it though. And you know what? I'm picturing like what's that movie with Adam Sandler? I think it's Billy Madison where he calls up Steve Buscemi and he's like, sorry for making fun of you in high school. I hope you're okay. And then he crosses I think maybe it's Mr. Deeds. And he crosses Mr. Deeds off on the list. And then he just sits back and put on lipstick and he lies down with the music playing. I just pictured that. That's how I would do it, before I went out on a lesbo date. That's my move. Oh man, God bless the Olympics, man. They're crazy. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing though. To pander to that, to offend a religion on national TV is just fucking ludicrous. Having women, get knocked out by dudes in the ring and giving the dude a gold medal for it, like it's wild. I mean, they did a test. They found XY chromosome, like you're a boy, wild. But that is where we are right now. I don't know what else I got to talk about. Oh, I got to talk about this a little bit. Inflation. If you guys want to hear it, I was scrolling through the gram. Oh, I got a story about the gram. I'm really worried about the gram. Gotta be honest with you. It's gonna ruin a ton of relationships. Because you know what? Your girlfriend's gonna fucking go on your Instagram one time, and that motherfucking Instagram, like it figure out your algorithm, so it knows you. It knows you better than your woman, and she's gonna be scrolling through, and she's gonna see fucking crazy ads pop up. It's like, what the fuck? A fucking blow up doll, fucking less than 3 miles away. It's what you wanted. That's what's gonna happen. Hey, come get those sex handcuffs at Romantic Depot. We're open just for you. Like, you know what I mean? It's like it's crazy. Like it knows me. It knows me now that I've been scrolling through Instagram, putting up a lot of pictures of my dog. So go check out the Instagram that we have. And man, it's just like what am I watching? I'm finding like a lot of things are throwing Ariana Grande at my way. Like and I'm watching them. Like, why am I watching this? I just want up here to post and add some funny shit to my story. That's what I usually do on Instagram. I just add funny shit to my story. Like it knows like I love comedy. It definitely knows that, and it shows me a funny, stupid video every damn day. If you look on my story tonight, I think I put up. I seen a video on Instagram. It just shows like they were pouring like they were doing an oil change or something with a car, and you know how you pour the oil in, you get the little fucking the little thing, little cup, little funnel type thing. But anyway, what they did on the bottle, you know how you have that peel bottle, they actually poked like two eyes in it, and they made a like a little frowny face. And when they're pouring out the fucking oil, they're making a sound of him crying. And he's like, ooh, 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 and you see the oil drip down from his eyeballs to his mouth, and it's going in the funnel, dude. I fucking lost it. I'm like, it was fucking brilliant. Like, I would do that all day. Every time I'm buying like some kind of like milk or orange juice that I have to like peel off, I'm gonna cut holes in it with a frowny face. And every time I pour it in my fucking cup, I'm gonna cry. You gotta see it. It's dude, it's fucking hysterical. Just go stop the podcast, go look up that video. I don't know what it's called, but like crying, you know, bottles of antifreeze or some shit like that. I don't know, but that should have me fucking cracking up. And it's all like you scroll up and down, whatever you scroll, and then it's like one fucking funny ass video after another. I'm like, how do you know I'm gonna love this? I'm loving all of them. I bookmark everything. It's fucking crazy. But anyway, one day that shit's gonna ruin your relationship. Your girl's gonna come up like, oh my god, you know, he loves uh to lick strangers' feet. You're gonna see like a bunch of like, you know, toes coming at you. Hey, new feet, people meet, .com. So yeah, you're definitely gonna actually I heard a story that one of them, I guess like this girl's boyfriend, I guess they like, she caught his Instagram or whatever, and he was looking up like wedding rings, looking to, propose to her. And it kind of like ratted him out because when she looked on his phone on the Instagram, she kept seeing ads about wedding ring and engagement rings. So it's like, yo, the fucking Instagram fucking ratted you out. So you got to be careful. You know what I mean? If you're one of those people that likes to keep secrets from your significant other, be careful what you're looking on Instagram. Get a burner phone. Some shit where you can just fucking automatically light on fire when your significant other comes in the room. You know, be funny if I'm on my burner phone, my girl works in, I just fucking like punt it out the window. It's like, hey, fuck this phone. It never works. But listen, yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy. We're living in it. We're just fucking living in it. I tell you, before like technology, I think it was like 50-50 that people get divorced. I'm telling you, it's gonna be way over that mark. It's gonna be like 95 to like 5%. Like people aren't gonna stay together because all this shit. Your email's gonna get hacked. Some shit you sent to some fucking, lady in the middle of the night when you were like fucking 22 is gonna come back and haunt you. So you watch out. I forgot what my email was back then. I had a stupid email when I was on AOL Instant Messenger. I think it was Train something. Train Dog? Was it Train Dog? I don't know, some stupid like that with numbers on it. But I tell you, that was when the internet first came out. I want the buddy list to come back out, bro. We had the AOL, the little fucking yellow guy. When somebody signed on their computer, you hear him come in, you hear that door open, and if they wanted to make it believe like they weren't there, you hear the door shut immediately because they put it on like fucking like hidden or whatever. Like, motherfucker, I know you're there. You popped on your computer. I see you for a split second. You're gone. Like, I know you're still there. You're a fucking creeper. But yeah, buddy list was cool, man. You see your buddies on, fucking talk to your buddies, say what's up. Yeah, it was a new world, man. Using that, it was just like, yo, what is this? and then we're waiting for like we're trying to dial them. Meanwhile, we're hooked up to like a phone line, and then hopefully nobody calls your house because it was going to your phone line, to your phone line. Now it's just like these fiber optic cables that they probably found on the back of the UFO that crash landed here in Roswell, New Mexico. They backwards that technology, and now we're using it for internet. So now we got this laser shit where, dude, it's just man. I've seen the internet fucking born. Like it was crazy. Well, it was actually really born like way long ago that they use in the military, but we've seen it from his like infancy until like now, which is just like it's incredible. And now, like I said, with this AI shit, just crazy, just fucking crazy. But anyway, uh, don't vote for Kamala Harris. She's gonna be terrible. I'm not telling you who to vote or who not to vote for. I don't care. Like, if you vote for like Trump or you vote for Harris, I'm not gonna hate you or like you anymore than I already do. So it doesn't matter. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not that big of a weirdo. But I tell you what though, people that are voting for Harris now, like that have lived the past 4 years with this current administration, like you got to be joking, right? Like, why would you want this again? Our cost of living is just ridiculous. The inflation has just gone through the roofs. It's not coming down. We're still paying 20% more on pretty much every fucking thing. The border's out of control. Like, we had Venezuela. Venezuela is going to fucking some crazy shit. They're going against like the tyranny right there. They're having a revolution. But before that going on, which is crazy, Venezuela they let out like they basically had nobody in their prisons. So we found out that for the past few years they were letting these people out of prison. These are murderers, you know, all you name it, they done it. They were letting them out of jail with the condition that they go to the border and come to America. That's why their fucking prisons had nobody in it because they all fucking let them out to cross the border, which is fucking crazy. So I don't know. And then you still want this vote for this? Like, we need these people like out. I'm not talking about the people that want to come here for a better life. You know what I mean? Those people could stay, but you got to figure out who they are. I want to know, like, we should know who the F they are. And then get the bad ones out of here. Keep the good ones. Don't want to be, keep it kind. Like, I tell you what, man, I gotta get out of here. It's just too much crap. I want to go to Japan. Japan is where it's at. They're all like nice there. They all take pride in what they do. They're very just like very polite, you know? And it's like, oh Mike, like, wow, you've been to Japan? No, but I heard stuff. You know what I mean? I heard that people, from like they went there, and you always hear that too. Like, let's not sugarcoat it. Like, we all heard good things about Japan, how they're just like they're just nice people. That's what I'm talking about. That's utopia. Instead, here I was driving like the other morning on work. I was in like Peekskill, New York, right? Waiting for one of my accounts to open. This is like 8 o'clock in the morning. Some dude is just walking down the street, punching the air. Of course, he's talking to himself. I'm like, oh no. I'm like, oh no. And I had my car. He was walking. I could see him walking, and the bus stop was ahead of my car. I'm like, I had the instinct in me. I'm like, you know what? Let me just drive right around the block because if he comes here and he touches my car, I'm gonna run him over. Like, there was no doubt in my mind that if he did something to my car with his fucking flailing his arms and yelling, like, dude, I don't know what I would have done. I had baseball bats in my car. I mean, I wouldn't do that. That's just crazy. But I would probably run him over, with my car and just be like, hey, like, he was fucking crazy. And I was like, you know what I mean? I wanted to drive away and I just accidentally backed up and reversed it and ran into him, like ran him over. So I don't know. It was just crazy. Like, these people, and you see it all over the place. It's on the news. It's everywhere. These people are just going to the big cities, and they're just committing all these fucking crimes. You see the crime, like how the rates just flew up through the roof. So I don't want this administration to stick around. You know who does want the administration to stick around? He's these elite motherfuckers, the Beyoncés of the world, the fucking Brad Pitts or whoever the fuck is nominating Kamala Harris. Like those, because they live behind like these gated communities. They don't, they're not in the streets. They don't know what's going on. It doesn't affect them. Until it affects them, then otherwise they're just going to continue to try to manipulate the regular people because they're celebrities and you look up to them for some fucking reasons, the false gods, and you're like, yeah, if Beyonce says I have to vote for Kamala Harris, I will. Meanwhile, she don't give a f about you, you know. And I'm not saying like Trump is the answer either, but if we dealt 4 years and it was this bad, let's change it up, right? Like I'm not even a Republican or a Democrat. I'm nothing, you know. I mean, I'm a great guy, but I'm not a clone. I'm not a robot. I'm not AI, but I'm just me, just me. That's all I am. That's all I could be. But we need a change. And that fucking toupee wearing motherfucker looks like he could be the one. Just change it up again. Like we need somebody in here to just, get the world straight. Can't fall for this nonsense. I seen Trump on an interview. I think he said something like, yeah, he's seen the whole Olympic shit with that. He's like, I support what people, whatever, like all people. I don't care. But don't be disrespectful. That's perfect. We don't want to see that garbage. Like there's teachers that are in the schools now. They're not teachers, they're activists. Okay. They're trying to manipulate your children, try to get them to believe what they believe. So if you see a teacher with like one of those pride flags in the school hanging up, get it, get your kid out of there. That's a red flag. You know what I'm saying? That's a red flag. Get the fuck out of there. It's not safe. It's not safe because they would just feed that bullshit to your kid. Then they grow up believing that fucking bullshit that the fucking teacher caught. It's crazy. In schools now, they pass a law where like if your kid Jack identifies as Jill in school, they won't tell the parents. They won't call the parents. I'm like, yo, if I like, threw a little box of fucking milk at another kid in school, they'd be calling my fucking parents like nonstop. Like, oh, Mike just fucking threw his milk at Billy, hit him in the fucking back of the head. The milk exploded all over the table. Like, they would know. Like, they would know because I'm the fucking kid. Like, that's your responsibility. Tell them. You got to tell the parents. It's just crazy. That's man. God, if I run into like a teacher like that with the pride flag, just God forbid me. These people just they need to wake up. They're just falling in this like trap of whatever this crap is happening on in the world.
Sometimes the darkness shades the light.
All right. I don't think I got nothing else. So with that, I hope you guys liked it. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, do all that junk, and we'll see you next week. Peace.
I'll sit alone in this disguise, but I'll try. So I hang my head, I drown my thoughts, smoke my stuff, and I sing my song. I don't know much what it used to be. I love myself, but I don't love me, no. yesterday, and I looked inside my